Hi, I'm Shannon with directcarpet.com, and today we're going to show you how to put in this fabulous new stair runner. This is San Lucas Natural. Enjoy. Okay, so if you watched the how to install your underpad video, we've already got it all the way up and ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to take our stair runner out of the box that it comes with, and we want to roll it from the bottom. It's marked on the bottom, your name will be on there. We want to roll it up from the bottom, up the stairs, up to the top, as far as we can, so that it's laid out so that we can center it. Okay, and then what we do is we kind of just push it into the grooves of the stair so that we can get it centered to start out. Now, we've got all our tools ready to go. If you watch the pad video, we already centered the underpad under here. Okay, so let's roll it up. We've already done the hard work. We centered our underpad, and it was 7 1/4 from one side and 7 1/4 from the other. Now, if you remember, the underpad is always an inch shorter on each side. We have a 27-inch stair runner, and we have a 25-inch piece of underpad, which is exactly 2 inches shorter. So, if on the left-hand side, now we always want to make sure that we take the hard. We want to measure from the stringer side, not the spindle side, because this is solid all the way up around the landing, right on that side. So, what we're going to do is we know that this is 7 1/4. We know that we want to be an inch over. So 7 1/4 means we should be 6 1/4, right, for center. So a quick, easy way to do that is to take one of your scrap pieces of underpad, right? We've got a scrap piece of underpad. We're going to take our scissors or shears. We know that it's 6 1/4 spacer that we need. So I'm just going to make a 6 1/4 inch spacer. Now I want this to be straight. You should take a straight edge and line this up so it's perfectly straight. I'm going to do it quick for filming purposes. Okay, it's pretty good. Right, so now we've got our 6 1/4 inch spacer. Right, let's see, 6 1/4. And now guess what? We take our spacer and we throw it on the stringer side of the wall. Right, push that flat. You can have a look. It's about an inch shorter on each side. Right, now we'll double check. 6 1/4, 6 1/4. Okay, and now we have our spacer, and we're going to use that all the way up. So let's get started. We've got our tools by our side. Now the tool list, all the links are in the description below. We've got our trusty dual fast stapler. Now that we're lined up on the right-hand side over here, we're going to just take some of the curl. Now remember, this comes in a box, right, that we ship to you. It's rolled up. We're just going to take the curl out. We're going to get this nice finished edge down to the bottom. Okay, there we are. We're on the bottom. We're lined up on our piece over here. We're lined up at the bottom. And we've got these little squares where we're going to hide our staple. I'm just going to lock it in, rub that out. And I'm going to do this all along. Wiggle. This way, if you wiggle your staple gun, see the end? I'm going to get that staple hidden behind. I hid those staples all behind. Now I'm just going to rub out the staple marks. If you feel that you still see them, take a hammer all the way along, and there you go. Okay, so now that we've got our bottom lined up, we want to go We're following the contour of the stair, so we want to pre-bend that, because if you don't, it's just going to pop out on you. The staples will pop. You don't want that. So we're going to get this, you can see there's a little bit of bubble here. You want to push up on the 45 degrees. So here we go. We're going to double tap on the end. And then we're going to go along every inch. I'm going to do the end here. Double tap. And then every inch or two, use more. If you see a little bubble here, see this bubble? You can always put a staple in, just wiggle it, put the staple behind the pile, and you're good to go. All right? So let's move up. All right, now that we're stapled under the nose, we're lined up on the right-hand side. We need our kicker, we need our staple gun, and we need our tucker. Okay, now we want to staple in this groove. We're not using tack strip. This is a felt back. So we want to make this groove. You can see how it just wants to pop up. So we need to take something like our carpet tucker. And we want to pre-groove this a little bit, right? Just break the back a little bit. So you can hold it in tight like this. You can do this, right? Or you can take your kicker, put some pressure on your hip, right? Make sure you're lined up. And then you can just do this. And this will hold it into place. That's why I love the kicker. Right? And then we just score back and forth. Right? And so now we have that line. We're lined up over here with our spacer. We can take our staple gun. Let's center our stair runner. Since we're straight and lined up over here on the right-hand side, we've got some pressure on our hip. We're pushing in so that this is tight. Look at, I haven't even stapled this. This is tight. Watch when you take the pressure off. It's loose. We don't want a loose stair runner. Pressure, straight, lined up on the right-hand side. Staple gun. Look at, my hands are free. I'm just using my hip to push the kicker. I've got the brake on the carpet in the back to hold the staples. Let's put 3 staples in on a 45 degree. Push down hard. 1, 2, and 3. I had the pressure from the kicker on that. Let's take the pressure off. Move the kicker. Check this out. Nice and tight. Now we want to do the same to the left or the right. I'll go to the left. I'm going to angle out with pressure because we want to keep it straight. Doesn't have to be a lot of pressure, just enough to keep it snug. Pressure and double tap on the end. Okay, now let's do the same thing here. Pressure, get to the end, see this bubble? If you want to get this bubble out, lift it up a little bit here. Bring your kicker a little bit closer. Pressure, we're lined up here. This is good. We're going to double tap. Done. Okay. Done. Nice and tight. All right. And then to finish it off and make it look really good, we want to take our hammer and our tucker. And on a 45 degree angle, we want to countersink. Those staples all the way along. Look at that. Perfection. Now, we're going to show you one more stair here so you get the gist of it. All right. We're going to take our spacer. We're going to move it up 1. You can see how it's a little tight in there, so we want to release this a little bit. Right. There we go. Okay. We want to pre-bend or pre-form underneath our nose. Okay. We want to take our staple gun on a 45 degree angle. I'm going to double tap. That keeps this nice and tight and holds this nice and tight. Now I'm going to go along every 1 to 2 inches, depending on your carpet. Use more staples if you need, use less if you need. Now you can see I'm using my wrist and pushing down into this bottom stair to get pressure up. Watch. Move, push, wrist, staple. Move, push, wrist, staple. Move, push, wrist, staple. Double tap on the end. Feel underneath. No staples. Now be careful in case the staple popped out. You don't want to cut your fingers, but I've been doing this a long time. All right, so now we're good here, right? We've got our spacer here, right? So at least we know we're lined up, right? Looks good. It's a little tight here, but that's okay. You're not going to see that by eye. No staircase is straight, so don't get concerned about that. We've got that worked out. This is pretty straight, right? So let's just break that back a little bit, right? We're going to take our kicker, put a little bit of pressure on that. right? Straight on. See how we're pushing back there? So we might want to twist our tucker the other way, right? Twist in, it pushes this, and you know that it's not straight. You take your kicker and you push out. You're a little tight here, but look at it. You're nice and straight here, and that's what we want. So let's push it out. Got some pressure on it, right? Let's take our tucker and let's break the back a little bit, right? So it's pliable. So when we put the staples in, it's going to work. So let's take our pressure there. Look at that. We're lined up. So since we're on this side and the camera's on this side, it makes it hard for me to get in there without, so I want you guys to be able to see. Let's just push that. I'm going to start at the end and I'm going to lock that into place because I know that this is straight right here. It's a little pushed up here, but this is not a concern. So then what we can do is just keep it tight and work our way all the way down, keeping pressure on that. We get to the end. See how our kicker's pushed out? I've got pressure on it. Double tap to lock it in. Look at this. Fantastic. Okay, and we're lined up over the other side too. Still here. Let's take our hammer. We're going to indent or countersink those staples. And what that does is make a really nice crisp line, right? Let's have a look at this. Nice and straight, going all the way up. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, let's talk about the sides here. Okay? Now, we always put staples in the side here. Okay? A lot of people don't want to, but I'll show you what's important about that and why. There's two schools of thought on that. Okay? Now, a lot of my videos, you'll see us putting staples in there. Okay? I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay? We put one between the binding and the carbon. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then how to get the indentations out of there is we take our tucker and we bang that down. Now, over time, if you don't want to use staples on your hardwood, right, because you feel like you've already used enough, you have the reason why we do the inch on the underpad there is so that this will actually fold down. Eventually it'll just sit nice like that, right? It has to relax. It's going to take a month, depending on the climate, how warm it is, and how tough this carpet is, or the carpet you're using. This is Anderson Tuftex. So there you go. It's very tough, very strong, very durable. If you want, in my other videos, you'll see that we put staples here to keep this down. We're not doing staples today because we're showing you this method of keeping it open. We're showing you the method of only putting staples in the front. And then let's do one more stair for you for good measure. I'm going to give you this view here. Okay, we're going to take our template, our spacer. We're going to put it up the next stair. We're going to get it in position. We're going to move our stair runner so it lines up with it. There we go. Now, we're going to break the back a little bit under the nose because we don't want the staples to pop. We're not changing any method. We're going with the same thing. Up on a 45, make sure your spacer's lined up. Double tap, okay? That holds the whole thing into place. Now, every 2 inches on a 45-degree angle on the end, double tap. You can see my wrist here, my hand, I'm pushing up on that and then putting a staple because I want this to stay tight all the way along. Feel for the staples. Fantastic. Looks great. Let's move up to the next stair or the top tread. All right, we're on the top. We're going to bring our tools up every stair. We're going to put some pressure on that, on our hip. We're going to make sure our spacer is lined up over here because that's what makes our stair runner go straight all the way up. If you are not straight, it's just not going to look good. Okay? So, take our carpet tucker. Take our kicker. Now, because we're twisting a little bit, I want to make sure that my spacer is basically free floating. I'm pointing the kicker this way a little bit just to keep the pressure off of that because we're trying to stay straight. So I've got the pressure off. I'm going to take my bolster, my carpet tucker, and I'm going to break the backing of the carpet a little bit. Let's crease it out. Okay, I'm going to take the pressure off, and you can see that's going to sit there. I'm going to grab my dual fast staple gun. Okay, I'm going to put pressure. We got pressure here, no hands. Look at pressure only on my hip. I'm not sure if you can see that. Pressure on my hip, spacer, looks good. I'm going to pop 3 in the middle. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to take the pressure off the kicker. This is nice and tight. This is good. Now we might as well continue this way towards you. 1, 2, get that tight, double tap in the corner. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Double tap and just pop a couple staples in there. Nice. Okay, it's nice and tight. Let's take our tucker. Let's countersink that all the way in. Okay, wonderful. We're looking good. Looking good, man. Okay, let's finish all the way up. We've got the landing. All right, and that's how to install a stair runner yourself. That's DIY style. That carpet is called San Lucas Natural. It'll be on the website. Actually, I think it is on, it'll be on, by the time you guys see this video, it'll be available on the website in all sizes. We're gonna continue on over there. We're gonna do the landing and we're gonna finish off in the big reveal. Oh yeah, and don't forget that if you're looking for more videos, the full video of this will be available at our Stair Runner Pro Hub. The link is in the description below. And remember, every stair runner you buy from directcarpet.com, we donate $10 to animals in need. I'm Shannon with Direct Carpet. Thanks for watching.